What up, everybody? Scuffy here, and it's time to talk about what's going on in September. I've got a couple of things to kind of lump all together into one community update video for September. So we're going to go ahead and do that. First off, really quick, if you haven't already done so, and you come to the channel and visit to check it out, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, or think about it. At least think about it. I'm trying to get videos out on a regular basis, at least one a week. Try and do the card-by-card reboots. Like the feedback, like hearing what people have to say, like building up the community. So that's important, and that's all I do it for. These videos, they're just from the heart, folks. All right, so first off and foremost, let's talk about the September Decklist contest. Now, the September Decklist contest was the theme was last stands or final stands. And I had 14 submissions submitted over the course of the month, and I think that's not too bad. I think that's pretty good. I've had some low months and some high months, and I consider that that's a pretty solid number. So I had a lot of decks ranging from basically from all over the place. I mean, we had some that were like themed around Istvan 3, some that were themed around Terra, the final days of Terra, some that were actually set with 40k in mind, some of the famous last stands and final stand battles that took place there, using Imperial cards or neutral cards to kind of fill in the blanks. So I really liked it. It was a good mix, eclectic mix of various factions and warlords, but only 3 can win out. Reminder again, the prize for first gets an epic of their choice, and second and third get a rare of their choice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the winners for September's Decklist contest, Last Stands. Coming up at third place is It Has to Be This Way, submitted by Caesar, and this is depicting the final stand of Sanguinius as he goes aboard the vengeful spirit to face Horus, knowing the consequences. He's got foresight to kind of lend that precedence there. He knows it's his manifest destiny, and yet he went regardless of the case. He battled demons. He was the bane of demons. He made his last stand there, knowing that there was a prophecy there, but yet he brought his wrath along with his blood angels as he boarded the vengeful spirit and went to go confront Horus. Horus, who's represented by the apotheosis here. So that's kind of just a little nice touch, and I like that. And of course, he had to have his Spear of Telestos. So I just thought this was a very good last stand deck, especially for Sanguinius in a pivotal moment in the Horus Heresy. Coming in at second place, submitted by Aleph Zero, is 3 Months versus Angron and Morty. And this is a deck depicting Saul Tarvitz's last stand, along with the last stand of the loyalists of the Emperor's Children and Death Guard, represented here specifically by the Emperor's Children. As you can see, there's actually not a lot of troops in this deck, but all the tactics and the fortifications make for an interesting story. Saul using his tactical brilliance, things like escape vents and drilling sites and diversionary tactics to try to draw out this battle, holding at all costs the forces of the traitors from advancing beyond Istvan 3 for just a little bit longer, all the while enduring artillery strikes and defensive satellite strikes, and yet using bandit supplies and concentrated fire to make some sort of fight back from their bunker, all for the Emperor, of course. Ultimately, it commences while they make a desperate defense at their command post, and eventually suffer a planetary purge. And then first place, submitted by Constantine Valdor, is The Downfall of Kalistar. And just have a penchant for that epic battle that took place in the Master of Mankind within the city, hidden within the webway beneath Terra, as the Custodes and the forces of the Mechanicum and the Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Silence, make this epic last stand. Only in death within the halls of Terra in that ravaged city Do they fight back? I like the inclusion here of the Skitarii Protector, and specifically the Chiari Domitar, which are very key character. The Chiari Domitar was a key figure there with the Mechanicum, and the Shapura representing the Terminators, the Essetum Terminators, and Sagittarius, who was just an epic character as they fight back and make that desperate defense, and ultimately are only saved by the benediction of the Emperor. But it was a last stand, and defeat was ultimately met out. All right. So once again, thank you to everybody who submitted, everybody who's paid attention, watched, checked it out, promoted it, spread the love. Appreciate the submissions, and congratulations to the winners. They were really good. There were several submissions that were just really neck and neck, close and close. I like the Dreadnought submissions because those have always got some good stuff. I think there was one in there with Rillinor facing Fulgrim in 40k. That was a honorable mention. I think a lot of thought went into the decks, and I dug them, folks. So that was a good theme. Now the next theme, we're kind of taking it back to the settings. We went through Istvan 3, went through Istvan 5, we went through Prospero, and now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to return to Calth, or Calth, depending on where you are in the world. You may pronounce it Calth, you may pronounce it Calth, but that's the theme. That's the theme of September's Decklist contest. Betrayal at Calth, Betrayal at Calth. Know No Fear, an epic book written by Dan Abnett, and many, many stories following, hence springing to tale the treachery and betrayal of the Word Bearers versus the Ultramarines, and ultimately the warriors of Ultramar, and perhaps even you could say the human and civilian population of Ultramar, rising in defense in unified front, facing off the hordes of chaos and newborn terrors of the warp as a vicious warp storm rages across the Segmentum Ultramar. Right? Makes for good stuff. So Calth, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. The point is, the deck list has just got to be themed around that. Perhaps it's a certain warlord seeking retribution or ascension. Perhaps it is a force marching. Whatever the case may be, that's the limits. It doesn't have to be a playable deck. It doesn't have to be competitive. It simply has to have the card elements that tell a good story, have a story or a theme as it speaks to that battle, the Battle of Calth. So, very curious, very looking forward to seeing what the submissions are out there that may bring. We're going to have Ultramarines, and we're going to have Word Bearers. I know I'm going to see it. Are we going to see Chaos? Are we going to see Infantry? Who knows? Was there other forces at play at Calth? Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Anybody who knows their lore will be able to answer those questions. I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to get some answers in deck list form. So, first place gets an epic of their choice. Second and third get a rare of their choice. I will be contacting the winners of August's deck list contest. And again, congratulations to those winners. Looking forward to September's submissions already. Now, speaking of things that are happening in September, we're going to get right cooking to it, baby, because Labor Day weekend is this weekend. And if there's one thing Labor Day weekend is, well, if there's two things Labor Day weekend is going to be famous for this year, it's, well, okay, if there's three things that Labor Day weekend is going to be famous for, one of them is going to be Bar Night Legions. That's right, it's taking place. Bar Night Legions is happening Sunday, September 6th. We'll be having the tournament take place on the Discord right now. It is set to be a double elimination tournament. What is Bar Night Legions? Bar Night Legions is casual play, folks. It's just fun, frivolity, some good competitive banter, chatting on the Vox on Discord, sharing some brews and brouhahas, as it were, and just having a good time. Now that there is a deck building requirement this time around. Last 2 weeks ago, last time we had one, it was all rares only. This time around, it is commons and epics only. So we're looking forward to some interesting decks. So if you're interested into Bar Night Legions and you're on Reddit, PM me, hit me up. I can try to get you the details. I'll send you the link to challenge. If you're on Discord and you're thinking about towing the waters, even if you don't play, come on over and hang out with us for a while and have some chat, and maybe some folks will stream some games that you can watch, and just a good time. Just a good time. It's kind of like going down to the shop on the weekend and just kind of hanging out and seeing what's happening and talking smack and watching people get owned one way or the other. Makes for good times. So that is Bar Night Legions taking place in September. Let's take a look at what else is going on in September right now. We've got the Emancipation of Drone. Now this is a new raid event. We only get one raid event per expansion. This is the third raid event that has taken place. So I mean, it's only precedented by 2 others. But this is the way we're working. It looks like we're working on Crucial Choice as the next reward. Potentially, if everybody scores enough points, we'll wrap out and we'll seal that Lord of Flies. We just unlocked the Ogren Sergeant and added him to the game. If we get Lord of Flies, that's going to make us over 90 warlords, which is fantastic, because then that means going into the next expansion, just by the sheer numbers, we're going to have over 100 warlords in the game, and the more variety, the better. That's the way I look at it. Something interesting to note here with the flashback, or with the raid events in general. If you are interested in contributing to this running point total towards the end, something that, if you don't already know, that the community has tried to coordinate as best as possible. Those tail hours, if we're shy by 1,000 points, 10,000 points, whatever the case may be, if you haven't already done so, you can start a run, a 10 times ticket run or a single ticket run if you don't have it. All you have to do is play one game against that bot, that low-level behemoth bot, and win that game. Don't play any more games. So long as you have a event run in place when the event ends and you are undefeated, you have 0 losses in that, your tickets will be refunded to you through the game. So what you'll do with that first battle is you'll win. That victory will put those points towards the pot, hopefully kicking over into whatever prize has not yet been unlocked. And then at the end of the game, at the end of the event, once the new event starts, you come in here, you get your tickets refunded. It doesn't cost you anything except the time that it takes to enter and play that game. Now, that's up to you whether or not you want to see Lord of Flies in the game or Crucial Choice, but that's something to consider in about a week's time, when the clock is desperately ticking to see who and how we will finish that event. So that is what I've got going on my list for September so far. We may see some stuff happening in the future. We're expecting moving into fall, so it's coming up to be spoiler time. I don't have any word yet regarding spoilers, but I'm keeping my ear to the grind, or to the ground rather, my nose to the grind, and as soon as I have some news and can confirm, and most importantly schedule, some spoilers for whatever is going to be included in the next set, please be Imperial Fist, then yes, I'll be doing it. Please be Imperial Fist. It better be. If it won't, I don't know. There will be table flipping. There will be me flipping, and then flipping tables while I'm flipping. It will be table flipping squared. We'll see. We'll see if we're going to get to that level or not, folks. I don't know, but it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, and I want to play. I want to play Dorn, and I want to play Sigismund, and Alexis Pollux, and whoever else they're going to put in there as the 4th warlord. Man, just come on, man. Come on, man. All right. So that is going to be happening here either at the end of this month or the start of next month. That's just natural spoiler season, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm also going to be getting out a video, I'm hoping, this weekend before Bar Night Legions hits, to get out a Decklist video I've been working on over the last couple days. Having fun with it. I'm not going to show you, but I can tell you it's not Ferrus Manus, nor is it Canis Vertex. I was playing those for challenges. So, and nor is it Angron, because we've already done the Angron video. Try not to duplicate Warlord videos. You see them once, you don't need to see them again. That's how they work until a new set comes along or a new card breathes new life. And that's not to say that we haven't had new life breathed into Ferrus Manus thanks to certain cards such as Arcology. It's a great card for quite a few decks. Speaking of cards, we're going to be doing a reboot card by card. We're moving into the Loyalist faction, so the first faction that we're going to be hitting is going to be the Iron Hands. So that's also going to be coming up probably sometime next week. So things to look forward to. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. A little September update, a little congratulations and thank you to the Decklist winners for August, and looking forward to September's submissions, and looking forward to just playing some games and having some fun. So that's it. Until next time, keep playing Legions.